Today, this is not going to be a Star Wars centric video, even though it might come out, it might come back. Last night on Toxic Femininity, on Midnight's Edge After Dark, Mandy and Lorena and Nina basically talked about I am not Starfire. And you see the thumbnail, the girl whose name I think is Mandy in the cartoon, the comic, you see what she looks like. I'm going to tell you something. This is something that's really, really, it's a bad message to girls. It is a bad message to women. I'm going to be accused of fat shaming. I don't care. All right. I could go on for days about talking about everything that is going on in the world as far as like, all right, I could go on and talk about the obesity epidemic. I could talk about little girls I know who have been diagnosed, little girls, 10 years old, who have been diagnosed with high cholesterol. I've seen, you walk into a Target, Hobby Lobby, a Hallmark store, Wegmans, and you see teenage girls who weigh more than I do, who are huge. They cater to this. You don't have to be in shape. We'll make clothes that'll fit you. And they look like shit. They look like shit, okay? No teenage girl should look like that. Back in the 80s, I don't remember any of us, and even those of us who at one time or another were considered pudgy, like me, who did look like that. This is what the body positive shit does. Howdy. It is going to enable unhealthy lifestyles. It already has. I've already talked about little girls, grade schoolers with high cholesterol. What the fuck? It is going to enable adult onset diabetes. Hi, Dave. It's going to enable heart disease at a young age. Good morning. It is going to enable arthritis at a young age. All manner, liver disease, kidney disease, other things that we haven't even talked about. And, Senate Dave, play was exercise. All right. When we ran around. I remember coming home for lunch and then not coming home until dark, till the street lights came on, and my mom or one of my brothers and sisters, because dad worked second shift, screaming my name, and me either pedaling my bike home or running home as fast as I could. And, and the thing about, and you're right in some respects, it is a bad message for girls. So let's talk about I am not Starfire, because I want to show you what she looks like. And you see girls like this everywhere. Here she is. There she is. Now, I'm leaning you guys up against a drain cleaner, or whatever. Let's find a picture of the author, Tamiko, okay? First off, the art sucks. We can just talk about the art. Here she is. Now, I want to ask you a question. There she is. There's Mandy. There's the author. She doesn't have a chip on her shoulder. It looks like about the most miserable woman I've ever seen in my life. And her art sucks. Her art sucks. But they talked about that last night, so I want to really get into it. what I want to get into is the bad message that you see being sent just in the picture I showed you of the girl. First off, she fights with her mom. She dresses like, I mean, she thinks that's what goths look like. And gee, I was a bit of a goth back in the day, and I don't remember looking like a potato with black on. You know, we tried to actually be attractive to whatever. You know, it was just a way to, I mean, it was a way to express ourselves in a very low time, I think, in my life. At least that's why I did it. But it's when you think about what's going on here and all the rest of this stuff, and you think about, let's see, here. This is obviously this writer's anger towards the blonde. And of course, the blonde is a bleached blonde. She's not a real blonde. Because I'm sure in the writer's mind, we're all, you know, fake blondes. I am, but, you know. This is bad. This is bad. And when you bring it up, when you talk to people about it, when you tell people this isn't good, you're fat shaming. Okay? You're fat shaming. Of course, I'm going to fat shame. I'm trying to lose 20 pounds. I had 10 off and it came back. And I am pissed. And now it's going away. Okay? There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You know, and if I can add 5 more, I'll do it. It's not, you know, my doctor's like, well, you don't really have to. You just need to do this, and this. I looked at her and said, I don't want to take blood pressure medicine anymore. Okay? That's the kind of shape I want to be in. Okay? You know, we've got little girls, teenagers, that are going through this right now. Okay, I'm 53. You know, now is the time when the warranty expires and you've got the check engine light's on. The check engine light shouldn't be on for a 15-year-old. But when you're walking around in a store and you see big fat cheeks and big fat asses, and they're a 15-year-old girl, all of them, not one or two, not one, all of them, it should make you worry. When the United States military says we're having a hard time recruiting people for the military because they're all fat, this is a national security crisis. You know, this is a national security crisis. Okay, but no, let's fit shame Adele for getting in shape because, you know, horrible. I mean, she used to be obese. She was obese, let's be honest. She got herself back into shape. She looks fantastic, but she was bad to do it. You know, God knows why. Maybe she just wanted to feel better in the morning. Maybe she maybe she wanted to wake up and feel decent. Maybe that's it. Maybe she has liver disease, fatty liver disease or something. Maybe she's diabetic. Maybe she looked at her cholesterol and went, holy shit. Maybe her hips started to hurt. Obesity leads to so many bad things. And my favorite excuse for these people is this. I'm as healthy as you are, or more so. The fuck you are. No, you're not. I know you're not. I know it. All right? I know it. I mean, there's no fucking possible way. All right? It's bad. It is bad for you. Okay, to do that. To put that in your, to use that excuse to be a slob. And they are. Okay? I'm sorry. But when you raise a generation of kids who don't go out and play, who have no imagination, you let them eat whatever they want. I mean, I could drive you guys around the area I live. Half the fields are filled with soybeans. I'm going to tell you something. Start looking at what you put in your mouth if it's processed. And if it has soy in it, get it out. It's a filler. It is high in female hormones, natural, that are there. They're not injected, they're just there. And that is a carcinogen. Okay, it's cancer causing. Obesity causes cancer. Okay? That's what it does. I'm sorry it does, but it does. And too many people use the excuses, I can't do it. Yes, you can. You don't want to. I mean, there's a woman out there. Yeah, I have. I've got it. I mean, I just put it up, Bobby. There's a woman out there. She's huge. She's huge, and she, I think, went on TikTok and demanded that guys date her, even if she's unattractive, even if her thigh probably weighs more than the guy she wants to date. You know, I don't care what I look like. You have to date me. Oh, really? You know, and I don't, Dave, I don't think it is genetics. I think it's pure ass inactivity and what people eat. I really, really do. And the fact that, here's the deal. You look at this. This is the woman who wrote this is miserable. The woman who wrote this wants attention. The woman who wrote this is enabling, I think, almost a certain kind of not psychosis, but pathology within teenage girls. Okay, first off, she's obviously a feminist. All right. Second of all, she's telling girls it's okay to be pissed off at your mom. Your mom is beautiful, and you're embracing your ugly side instead of whatever. You're not trying to change yourself to be better. And so you can argue with her. It's okay to be unhealthy, emotionally and physically. No, it's emotional health is linked to your physical health. Okay, here's the thing. Physically, back when I was working in DC, I went and worked out every day, but my diet wasn't very good, and it was very stressful, and I don't do stress well. I had to take medicine for high blood pressure. It wasn't a job. Campaigning and elections and politics in that high pressure kind of thing wasn't good for me physically, and I wore it inside and out. And I got high blood pressure, and I've had to take medicine ever since. I got to a point where the doctor was giving me such a low dose of the medicine that I was taking that he was like, "We'll give it a couple more months. You come back, and then we'll probably take you off of it." All right, that's how that was the shape I was in. Because I worked my ass off at it. I wasn't letting me get in over my head to the point where I couldn't fix what was wrong with me. Okay? And I got away. First off, I eliminated the stress by quitting my job and getting married and moving to Hawaii. I mean, I'm not telling everybody go do that. Okay, don't. You got to do what's good for you. My outlet now is hanging out with my horse, working out, hanging out with my dog, and doing that stuff. Walking with the dog and everything, shooting the guns, hunting, and that kind of thing. You need a physical outlet for emotional well-being. Kids, if they don't go out and play, hey, Maze, don't have that emotional outlet. They eat and play games on the computer and eat and eat and eat. They're eating stuff, processed crap with soy in it. I really wish, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, that I really wish that farmers would grow tobacco. All right, at least you know what you're getting with cigars and cigarettes and the things that are made of tobacco. All right, you're not getting that with soy. You know, you've got vegetarians out there and vegans screaming that tofu is good for you. Well, all right, I'll give you an example. My sister Rose, she was going through a change of life. And, you know, you get those big packages of salted soybeans and they taste like shit. Well, they're high in female hormones. Guess what happened? She got breast cancer. Guess what? It doesn't run in her family, so how the hell did she get it? I know she got it. She was eating that shit. All right? Those kinds of things add pounds. They put you into a life crisis that you shouldn't be in until you're in your mid 40s. Nice. Eat them enough and you start pronouncing it soybeans. You know, this is a bad message. All right? You know, it doesn't have anything to do with being attractive to men either. It's about waking up in the morning and feeling good. It's about waking up in the morning and being able to take your dog for a 4 mile walk. Okay? It's about waking up in the morning and being able to run around all day when you're 10 years old. Okay? It is. And it's a bad, I mean, here's another thing. You guys all know, our gymnasts. They're about that big and they're about that tall. I've seen a few girls that are huge that are out there trying to be gymnasts. They can flip and do all that, but I'm like, oh, Jesus, that's embarrassing. First off, it's embarrassing. Second of all, she's going to be 25 years old, and her knees and her hips and her shoulders and everything else is going to hurt. All right. Third of all, what does her cholesterol look like? You know, she's 10 years old. Yeah, well, you know, it's not just hyper. It's you know, when they talk about antibiotics and giving hormones to cattle, they're not giving steroids. They're giving to cattle. They're giving estrogen, okay, to gain weight. Think about it. Soybeans and those things are full of them. All right. When you get to a certain age, it's more of a hormone balance, which is why women have a harder time losing weight. In fact, I'm gonna try to get into a thing with a doctor that does that kind of coaching and counseling for me. And it's not because, you know, I've got this going on or that going on. I just want to get to the bottom of this so I can get back into shape again. All right. When I got back into shape, all right, you're gonna love this because you're gonna be like, you weren't fat. And I was like, yeah, I was. I was skinny fat. I weighed 126 pounds. I had 35% body fat. I don't think you could Maze. I really don't. And I went to the 5 meals a day thing, small meals. I went into the worked out like a demon for an hour, 2 hours a day. From like the week I got to Hawaii till before I got married, I went from 126 to 117. I lost 11 pounds. And, you know, it was amazing. All right. The difference. It can be done. Now, I was 36 years old and I revved up my metabolism to where I was really small, skinny, tiny person. I ran around in a bikini all day long. I mean, I lived right on the beach for crying out loud. It was great. You know, and then when you turn 40, you start seeing changes. Your body starts saving fat, and it's not a lot, but it's there, and you see it, and then it starts saving more and more. And pretty soon you're saying, what the fuck? And that's just how your body changes. I mean, when you get older, that's what happens. But I know plenty of women out there that do not put up with the bullshit and work their asses off and are in great shape. Okay, they're in great shape. And I want to tap into that. Okay. And the reason why is this. My mom was 90 years old when she died. I am not going to go the way my dad went. All right, he died of a heart attack at the age of 71. Boom, gone. I don't plan on going that way. All right. All right. I don't. One of the reasons why I want to do this. And when you're big, and you you are at risk for that. Okay, you're at risk for that. And but again, it's as much tied to your emotions as it is to what you're eating. So you gotta change your nutrition. That's the first thing, because that's the most important thing. Second of all, it's diet. And again, when I think about it, bring up Adele. We don't know what was going on with her, but they fit shame her. They fit shame her because they were looking at her as being some sort of massive heroine of, the morbidly obese sisterhood. And it's like, when the doctor says you've got fatty liver disease and you need to lose 80 pounds, let's say maybe that was her problem. And if you don't do it, you'll probably get liver cancer and die in 10 years. Okay. Or you've got, your cholesterol is like out of bounds. You'll do something about it, or you'll die. I mean, it is really sad when I see this, but when I see little girls, no, and she didn't want to be. I mean, anybody who's had that problem will tell you what the doctors tell them. And no, you're not healthy if you're that big. I know that, all right? I was never that big, but I knew that I wasn't healthy. I mean, if you have gallbladder disease, you're not healthy. Okay, you're not. And I had that. I had my gallbladder removed in 2003. Big goddamn message. Okay, what in the hell are you putting in your mouth? And why are you wearing all this? All right, why? All right, why are you wearing all this stress inside of you? Okay, but we're teaching our kids not to worry about it, to just be as big and as fat as they want to be. You've got Sports Illustrated catering to body positive. You've got Victoria's Secret doing it. You walk into a Target and you see the mannequins. That's not a message kids should have. It's not. Now you've got the girls who are thin, the teenage girls who are thin, getting shit from the fatties. Getting bullied because they're cute and they know they're cute. Well, Maze, you're a revelation and you're fantastic. You know, it's a long, hard slog, but you've proven that it can be done. Okay, it can. I think it was John 42 who said something similar. You have to take care of yourself. You should not be letting your kids stay home, play games, and lay on their asses all day. Hey, Ben, you just shouldn't. And this, I'm not even talking about the art. I'm talking about the message. The artist hates herself, and it goes into the comic. The artist is enabling girls like her to feel better about themselves. All right, I fat shame little girls. Get up off your ass. If I had kids, they'd be up at the farm. I put them to work. I just tell the barn owner, hey, you know what? You need somebody to help clean out stalls? I got 2 right here for the summer. Just make them do it. You know, it is a struggle. You know, my tale of that, it was basically just kind of a lifestyle change. I'm addicted to starches and I love potatoes. I do. I love them. They're my favorite food ever. I love them in French fries, tater tots, scalloped potatoes, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, warm German potato salad. You know, I love potatoes and I had to replace them and with, you know, brown rice. And brown rice tastes like shit. All right? It tastes like shit. It was really funny. The other day, we were out looking for food, and I bought this kind of put together. I looked at it to make sure it didn't have anything really yucky in it.